Traders, what a crazy couple of days we've had in the markets. Because of the conflict in the Middle East, and I hope anyone who's listening in from that part of the world is safe and well. But because of that conflict, it's really impacted the markets, right? We saw some drops in indices. We saw some strength in flight to safety or safe haven currencies, right? Now, later on in the vid, guys, we're going to take a look at the impact of that. And also later on in the vid, I'm going to give you all of my trade ideas for today, guys. And we've got some great trades lined up, so please stay tuned for that. But before that, guys, right, I want to show you this trade that I took on Euro New Zealand dollar. And it is so important that you trade what you see, manage your trade in order to maximize profit and minimize losses, right? It's so important that you do this, guys. And I'm going to show you a perfect example with Euro New Zealand dollar. Now, this is what I was looking at, guys. So I was looking at a Euro New Zealand downtrend. This is the day chart, okay? Downtrend, bearish candles, each breaking each other's lows, and we've got room to move into. Right, it was trending strong, room to move into. I wanted to sell this pair. Okay, and then if we go to the H4 chart, which has become my entry time frame. Okay, I trade this pretty much more than the H1 currently, but anyway. Now, if we just play this back, I'm just going to show you exactly where I entered this market. Okay, and this is where I entered. Right, because as you can see on the H4, we were also in a downtrend and we got a really nice retrace back to this resistance level and the moving average 20 as well. And we got a bearish-ish candle form, right? And on the back of that, I entered. Okay, so I started selling here and put my stop loss in here. Now, let me actually show you the trade, guys, so you can see that, my entry, etc., right? So this was the trade. All right, so Euro New Zealand dollar, sells, I entered here, my stop loss was here, and this was my target, okay? And as you can see, I ended up taking 70% at this price. Now, I'm going to explain exactly why I took 70% at this price, okay? You can also see I had a gold trade in here that just got wiped out on the back of the, conflict in the Middle East, okay? But we'll look at the impact of that later. So this is the trade, okay? Now, if I remove this, all right, so as I said, guys, entered here, stop loss in here, right? And the idea was to take price, potentially all the way down to here. I would have left some profit to run down to here. Now let's watch this trade play out. Okay, right? Let's watch this trade play out. Right, so at this point, I'm thinking, Tom, you're a genius. We've got a bearish candle. This is going to carry on down. This is going to be a great trade, right? Right, and then the market shows you a new higher low. So on the H4, for me, we have been shown that we have got a new higher low. So the dynamics of my trade have changed because of the chart has changed. And now, because of this, I want to take profit here. Yeah. It's almost stopped me out of the trade, but it hasn't. And this level has held, right? But now, because of this new low, this is where I want to close some of my trade. All right. So if we play this along now, right? And there you can see, right? I closed most of my trade at 46. In fact, 70% of the trade I closed here. Okay. Now I've still got 30%, and I'll show you exactly what I did with this on the H1. And I exited that here as well, because on the H1, we've had 2 bullish candles react at this last low and this level of support. So I exited the entire trade, the remaining 30% here, okay, because we had such a bullish reaction. Now, I'm out of this trade, okay? So if we go back to the H4, right, and if price still comes up here and I get a nice bearish reaction, I can always re-enter the trade, right? But you can clearly see the market has shown you this level, right? So I wanted price to come all the way down here, right? But the market doesn't care what you want, right? You know, you hear people say, oh, I want a risk to reward of 1:4, 1:3, right? The market does not care. So what you must do is trade what you see in the market. And this low was screaming out to me to take profit. Now, if we play this trade along, imagine I didn't take any profit. Bang, right? You're stopped out. We're back in real time. Your stop loss would have got taken out here, right, with this candle. And you would be saying, I wish I took profit at this level. So what you should do is, rather than keep wishing for it, is actually exit at that level because the market has told you to do so. All right, guys. So yeah, trade what you see, manage your trade, and it will help you maximize profits, which I did, right? I took profit out of this trade and I minimized the loss. I didn't have a loss. Whereas if I was just a trader that sat and forgot, right? I just entered, started selling here, right? And just sat and forgot, this would have been a losing trade, right? So manage your trades according to the dynamics of what the chart is doing. So there you go, guys. And guys, if you've enjoyed that short tutorial, if you like, then please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button and smash the like button. And if you want to see how I handle these trades, right, in real time, then please come join our VIP Trading Academy. Okay. And right now we've got a promotion where you can get free entry to the Academy if you sign up with one of our brokers. All right. And also, guys, don't forget to join our trading community, our free Discord channel. Now, guys, stay tuned because we're going to take a look at the impact of this Middle East conflict, and I'm going to give you my trade ideas now. Okay, so let's come out of here. And if we just looked at any yen pair, right, let's look at Aussie dollar yen. So not only have we had the Middle East conflict affect this pair, right, because yen is a flight to safety, we also had some news come out. I think it was a new prime minister, right, in Japan, or it might have been BOJ intervention. But we had this candle. And this was on the back of, like I say, maybe BOJ intervention, maybe on the back of there being a new prime minister in Japan, right? So this heavily affected the markets. We had a huge sell-off. And then on Tuesday, we had the Middle East conflict, right? And again, we've had another big sell-off. Okay. Now, look how robust the market is, right? Look at it, just goes back to trend, right? We get a huge sell-off and the market's like, okay, that was a bit of freak news. I still want to, carry on buying this market. And then again, even the conflict in the Middle East, we get a sell-off and the market's still like, I still want to buy this pair, right? So this uptrend hasn't been effective. It still wants to keep pushing up, right? So obviously when a piece of news comes out, right, it is going to affect the currency pair that you're trading, but it wants to go back to the rhythm it was in, an uptrend or a downtrend or whatever it is. Okay, so bear that in mind, guys, next time you get hit with a bit of big news. Don't think, oh, I've got to get out of the trade quick. No, let it play out, right? Because it wants to follow the rhythm it was in, right? The trend it was in. Right, now, guys, trade ideas. We're going to start with the dollar index. Okay, so if we look at the dollar index, because I'm interested in euro US dollar, right? For me, this level was quite key, right? Because we've had a structure break. So this is daily trend, right? And it's just sort of been a bit sideways action. And now look at that dollar go, breaking this high, right? We're getting a lot of dollar strength. And this would suggest we can, at least make it up to the next piece of resistance. So in the short term, we can expect dollar strength. And that leads me to my first trade idea. So if you're ever trading US dollar, guys, always look at the dollar index. So if we go to euro US dollar now, okay, you can clearly see we are getting dollar strength. And we're getting dollar strength against other currencies as well, but I just prefer euro US dollar. And let me explain why. Because first of all, we were in this downtrend, right? And for me, this downtrend never broke. This high held. All these wicks closed back in to each other, right? But even still, right, we were seeing sort of higher lows in here. And then the market has just come crashing down, right? Breaking all of these lows in here as well. And the idea is just to continue this momentum back down to these lows. All right, so that's what the day chart is telling me and the dollar index. And if we drop to the H4, guys, I just need a retrace. Okay, so if price might just do this, okay, then I don't have a trade, no problem. I have no FOMO. But if we get a retrace back up to this level here, moving average 20 catches up, I think this could be a really nice level for selling euro US dollar. Okay, so that's my first trade idea. There is more, guys. The next one is pound Swiss franc. Right, we still like this trade. If we go to the day chart, right, we're in this uptrend. We had a bit of sideways, potentially a downtrend here. But then ever since, we've been in this uptrend. Okay, so we're in an uptrend and we're literally just bouncing off, right, this area of support plus the moving average 20. And we've been getting bullish candles bounce off this level. Okay, even the bearish candle has a large wick at this area. So the idea is to potentially come all the way back up to these highs. If we drop to the H4 so we can understand the entry. Now, this is clearly a key level through here for pound Swiss franc, right? It was once support, support, and now it's become resistance, okay? So all I want to see, guys, you could even draw a trend line in here as well, all right? So all I want to see is price break through this level. So if we get a nice bullish candle, break through this level, maybe a bit of a retrace, I will start buying in here and take price back up to here and hide below this last H4 swing low. All right, so pound Swiss franc buys. I'm also looking at a couple of Canadian dollar pairs. So if we look at Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar, again, if we look at the day chart, I still think this has room to the upside, Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar, because if we look at the weekly chart, right, the next piece of important resistance is here. And we can still have a little bit more room up to this 9,400 level. Okay. If we drop down to the day chart, now we are seeing a bit of a sell-off. Okay, but all it's done is bring it back to a really nice level. What was once resistance is now support. And the idea would be potentially to come up from here. Okay, but I need a setup. Okay, so if we drop down to the H4, what I'll be looking for is this, right? We're clearly in a H4 downtrend. This is where we are currently. But if we get a break through this level, nice bullish candle, then I will buy Aussie dollar, Canadian dollar back up to here, if not further. And it's the same with New Zealand Canadian dollar as well. So it has had a sell-off, but all this sell-off has meant is that it's come back to a really nice level, right? You've got this trend line forming in here. Okay, price is still firmly in an uptrend and it's retraced to these last lows. and we've got the moving average 20. So in here is a wonderful buying area. Okay, you can see that, right? Support, moving average 20, and the trend line. Triple whammy support. But again, you know, my criteria needs to be met. And really, this is the last H4 low currently. So I would need to see something like this happen potentially. Okay, we break this level, we can start buying. Or it might create a new lower high, and we get something like this. Bang, right? And it breaks this level. Then again, I will be interested in buying New Zealand CAD. And then finally, guys, there's one more trade. Yeah. And before I give you the last trade, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash the like button and check out all the other promotions and communities that we have that you can join in the video description. The last one is Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Also, guys, don't forget to join me for the live stream today, 8 a.m. New York EST time. So if we take a look at the Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar day chart, right, we was in this downtrend, and now we're clearly back in an uptrend, right? We're getting higher lows, higher highs. All right, and the idea would just be come up to the next level of resistance. Okay, simple as that. This 1044. If we drop to the H4, the problem with this one is we just need a retrace, right? So perhaps, you know, if it retraces down to the grey zone, great. Is that likely? Maybe not. But instead, I'll use the moving average 20 as dynamic support. So let's say price just retraces to maybe in here somewhere. And then I'll also consider buying Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar back up to that level. All right, guys. So yeah, those are all my trade ideas. Hope you've enjoyed the vid. If you have, please subscribe, like, and share. Don't forget to join me for the live stream today, 8 a.m. New York EST time. I'll see you later.